Welcome to the Scientific Publications channel. Today we will explain how a researcher can register a profile on Google Scholar. It's very simple. What's an author profile on Google Scholar? Imagine an author profile on Google Scholar as a personal page for a scholar in a world of Google Academy. It's perhaps similar to a scientific CV. Here, important information about the researcher and their scholarly activity is stored. Here's what you can find in an author profile on Google Scholar. First, contact information. It's basic information for contacting the scholar. Second, a list of scholarly materials written and published by the author. The third, citations. The number of times those materials have been cited by other researchers. The fourth, bibliometric indicators, such as the H-index and I-10 index. The fifth, information about co-authors, other researchers with whom the author has collaborated on research. Those profiles are typically affiliated with research organizations where scholars work. This leads to the creation of an organization profile in Google Scholar. A Google Scholar author profile is not just a formality. When filled out correctly, it helps the researcher too. The first, evaluate their scholarly activity more comprehensively. You can add not only articles from well-known journals, but also materials from regional publications, conferences, monographs, and more. The second, to determine the level of scholarly productivity for both the author and their organization. The third, to explore trends in their fields and to discover other interesting scholarly works. The fourth, to use bibliometric indicators to assess their own productivity. The fifth, to create a map of professional development and compare their achievement to others. Now let's take a look at how to create a profile on Google Scholar and configure it for the best representation of your scholarly work at your organization. Firstly, to create a profile, you need to have a Google account. Then go to the website scholar.google.com and click to My Profile. If you don't have an account yet, you will be prompted to complete a 3-step registration. When entering your name, it's important to follow such rules. The first, to specify your last name and first name only in English. If necessary, add your last name and first name in your native language using the Add Other Name function. Then provide the full version of your last name and first name, avoiding abbreviations or initials. It's also recommended to consider the way your information is written if you have a profile on Scopus. This will help to standardize the information about you. Please refrain from the following actions: adding academic titles, degrees, etc. to your name, including personal digital identifiers or any other information that is not relevant to the primary function of the field. Using mixed variants of name spelling in both English and native languages. In the affiliation field, state the commonly accepted name of your research organization. Next, enter the corporate email address. You will need to confirm the email from the corporate domain. Next item, Google Scholar Research Interests. Add keywords that reflect your research interests. This information will not critically affect the display of your profile in the ratings, but its completion will facilitate the search of partners for joint scientific projects. What is not recommended here? To specify the name or the organization using highly specialized abbreviations. To enter personal mail instead of corporative one. You also have the option to fill out the homepage field with a link to your organization's website, but this is not mandatory. Stage 2. Adding academic material. During the creation of an author profile in Google Scholar, the next step will be to add your academic materials. The system recommends adding materials to your profiles that likely belong to you, based on the information entered earlier. There are two options here. The first one, groups. Groups of academic record grouped by a specific parameters. And the second, articles. It's an individual academic works. At this stage, you should perform the following actions. Carefully review the provided list of material. Select only those works that are your own creation. If the system didn't display all the materials, use the research fields at the top of the page. If all the provided materials are your creation, use the Select All option. It's important to note that it's unacceptable to add materials written by other researchers to your author profile. Researchers are advised to carefully monitor this process. You will also have the following profile setting options. Make the profile visible to all Google Scholar users. Configure notifications for updates to your indicators with your consent. Receive real-time notifications of changes to your indicators through email. Not recommended. Create a closed profile, as it complicates the calculation of rating indicators. Closed profiles are more suitable for personal purposes. Setting up automatic updates. This is not prohibited, but it's recommended to check for the updates to avoid mistakenly adding other researchers' works to your profile. After successfully completing those 3 stages and properly configuring your Google Scholar profile, it will be ready for use. What to do if you encounter profile issues? Sometimes researchers notice incorrect information in their Google Scholar profile after its creation. How can you edit this data? Google Scholar provides several options for editing existing profiles. The first, updating your Google Scholar name and affiliation. To update information in your Google Scholar profile, click on the pencil icon next to your name. You can make corrections to the following data: name and surname, affiliation to an institution, corporate email address, profile privacy settings. And the second, working with Google Scholar academic materials. To update information about your academic works, use the Document Addition feature indicated by the plus sign next to material details on the screen. This feature allows you to add groups of academic materials, add individual works, manually add academic materials, configure automatic updates for academic materials in your profile. If you discover duplicates academic articles or works not authored by you in your profile, you can select the relevant materials and use the following functions. Either merge to merge your works or delete to remove your material. You can view the history of deleted articles and either restore the deleted materials or permanently delete them using the View Trash function. Adding Google Scholar profile settings. In addition, in your Google Scholar profile, you have the ability to set your own photo, configure email notifications for updates, add information about co-authors. As you can see, creating and configuring a profile in Google Scholar is a straightforward process that at the same time can be highly beneficial for researchers. If even after completing all those steps you still have unfairly low citation metrics in Google Scholar, our company can assist you with that. You will find a link to the relevant services in the description. For now, I bid you farewell. See you in the next videos.